Hi everyone. It's Q&A Thursday. It's 8:01, so I'm not too late. I thought I was going to be really late today because we're having company for Shabbos, and so obviously I'm kicking it up a notch and cooking a little bit more, and so oh, hello audience. Hi. And so I had a lot of cooking to do, and I still have a lot of cooking to do tomorrow. So basically, let's talk about this week. I had a really interesting week. I had to go to the American consulate in Jerusalem because I had to report the birth of my son, a report of a birth abroad, so that I can get a social security card. In order so I get a social security card for him, I gotta get a passport. And so basically, he's going to be 1 in 3 days. So it took me like a year to report the birth abroad. But it's like everyone was there with their newborns. I'm there with this like toddler, and he's like really big, you know, because we're kind of tall and chunky in our house, and that's how our babies are. And so I reported the birth abroad almost. But I figured before his first birthday, you know, when it's like somebody's it was you at a wedding, you have like a year to give the gifts. So I figure you have a year to report the birth abroad. So hi Yudi, how are you? Good Erev Shabbos from Cleveland, Ohio. That is so cool. Hi Cleveland, hi Yudi. Say hey to everyone in Cleveland. Hi Aviva. You're making corned beef brisket, boiling it and simmering for 3 hours. You go girl. That's a commitment. That's awesome. My Shabbos menu this week is a lot easier. I was actually going to do a brisket because I've got a new spice rubbed Ceylon brisket that I'm doing for Rosh Hashanah that I was going to test. But this week I switched it up and I'm doing some of the other Rosh Hashanah recipes that I was planning. So I'm going to tell you guys, we're going to start this Q&A this week with something. Oh, I see you see a lot of my whiteboard. I'm so sorry. Let's see if that helps a little bit. We were going to start the Q&A this week with something a little bit funny because we're going to call my cousin John. He is accusing me of ignoring his live messages when I'm on Facebook Live. So I want him to know how important he is to me, and I'm really not ignoring them on purpose. I'm trying really hard to answer all the messages and comments that fly up. So we're going to call John first. Let's just say hi to Naomi. Oh, you love my wig. Okay, so Naomi, it's like so dirty, but dirty is good. Like when it's clean, I can't stand it. It's too flat. Even now, I feel like I gotta like scrunch it and mush it and whatever. And I've got a big shoot coming up, so I'm gonna make sure it's totally dirty for that so that I can like get a lot of good style and height out of it. So thank you, Naomi, so much. Hi, Heidi. How are you? Hi, Nechamadina. How are you? Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so we're gonna call John so he just doesn't think I'm purposefully ignoring him. So hang on 1 second. Okay, so it's my cousin John, who's been messaging me on Facebook Live. I should give out his number, then you can all stalk him. And accusing me of not listening. I know, Naomi, dirty's the best. I felt that way when I had real hair too, by the way. Never clean. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Hi, Clara. So great to see you. Thank you. Thank you, Clara. Thank you so much. I know how much you love the kitchen. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hi, John. It's Jamie Geller. You're on Facebook Live? On Facebook Live! I am talking to you on Facebook. I should put you on speaker. Hold on. You're going on speaker. You're live on Facebook Live. Say hi, John.
How you doing?
So I told everyone you're accusing me of ignoring your messages, and I want you to know how important you and your whole family are to me. So if you have any embarrassing questions, you can ask them here right now.
First of all, I have many embarrassing questions. But number two, it's not that I'm important to you. It's my wife that's important to you.
She's the best.
So
Let's tell the world, Bracha broke her leg. So if anyone's into doing Bikor Cholim, they should go visit Bracha. I won't give you her street address. That would be a little freaky, right?
No, that's exactly what Bracha wants.
Can you guys hear John? Let's see if anyone can hear. Hold on 1 second. I'm holding you up to the phone. Can you guys hear him? Let's see if anyone comments back. Okay, any embarrassing questions you want to ask me?
I have the most important question that you ignored 3 times.
Oh, okay, Yudi said he can hear you. Okay, Yudi can hear you. Go ahead, ask
Who
it.
is the better chef, you or your husband?
Okay, so just in case you couldn't hear, John wants to know who is the better chef, me or my husband. Well, considering the fact that 1, I'm not a chef, and 2, he taught me how to cook, I think he takes home the honors. I'm not embarrassed to say it.
Wow, that is actually very big of you, by the way.
So, can you give Bracha a massive hug for us and tell her we love her and we wish her a full shalom and we hope to come again on Shabbos if we can.
I absolutely will. I'll have to spend this whole Facebook page on it, but I'll let
Okay, totally. Tell her Facebook it's this like new cool thing. There are about 1 billion people on it.
And Bracha was so happy that you came over to visit her last Shabbos. She was so flattered.
We loved it. We loved it. We'll try to come earlier so we don't like cut into your lunch.
There we go.
Okay. Okay, bye. Okay, now John, I just had to like get that's like a little housekeeping. I get that out of the way so it doesn't bother me anymore about ignoring his questions. His question was, who's a better chef, me or my husband? It's all about hubby. He taught me how to cook. I'm totally not a chef, so that was hands down an easy answer. Okay, so let's go back. Clara, I love you. I know how much you love cooking. You are the best cook, like the best cook. And I think even when I wrote my first cookbook, I had my mom call you with some questions about chicken soup and Hungarian food. And so, Clara, you're awesome. I love you. I love you. Any recipes you want to send my way, authentic, good recipes from the old country, please do. Okay, Suzanne. Oh, you love the live feed? Thank you. Thank you so much. Each week, I know I say this each week, but I'm like, who's here? Who's going to watch? Who's going to take the time? And it's awesome. It feels so good to talk to you and for you that you're all actually there and listening. Okay, Aviva's telling me her wig got washed and styled, and it was so poofy, it felt like Hillary Clinton. Like when my wig, it's funny that you say poofy. Mine is either there's a Yiddish word called ungepatscht. Do you know that word? It's like overdone. It's like, I feel like when you walk out of the wig salon, they make you look like you're like going to a wedding, and like a wedding from the 1980s. Like totally not my style. So I brush it out. Even my shatelmacher, the woman who does my wig, she knows how I like it. She knows I'm always touching it because I like the oils from my hand to make the hair dirty. She's like, take it home and just slap it against the floor and walk all over it, and then you'll be happy. So that's kind of how I do it. Okay, Yudi, I'm glad you heard John. Okay, yeah, so you heard John. That was awesome. And my cousin Bracha broke her leg. Quick version of the story. She went to a wedding. She did not break it on the dance floor. She broke it simply walking toward the dance floor. So that's the story. And so we're trying to visit her and keep her spirits up because she had all these amazing plans for summer. Now she's just sitting in a chair with her leg up. Okay, so Suzanne says she has a question. How am I managing all my cooking in my Israeli kitchen after leaving my gorgeous U.S. kitchen behind? Okay, Suzanne, that part's a little bit hard, really a little bit hard. It's not just that I had this gorgeous kitchen and this big kitchen with all of the latest and greatest appliances, but I have the exact opposite now. We're renting. Most of you know that we did buy an apartment, and hopefully we bought it last year, and hopefully we should be able to move in next summer or around Rosh Hashanah next year. And so we're planning a really beautiful kitchen. I'm so excited. But in the meantime, I'm renting a cottage here, and it's called a Kablan kitchen, which means it's like the standard project kitchen that came with this project and this construction project about 16, 17 years ago, like base laminate cabinets and like stained sinks, and I've got this like crazy half working oven and no dairy oven, if you can believe it. It's a struggle. I feel like I don't have enough counter space, but it takes me back to the days when I first was married in our rental apartment, and it was also like not a lot of space and nothing up to date, and kitchen cabinets from the 1960s and appliances from then also, and that's where I wrote my first cookbook out of. So it's hard. It gets frustrating sometimes, but I think knowing that I have somewhere amazing that I'm going, which is across the street to our new apartment in about a year, really keeps me going. Okay. So, Chana wants to know, did I set my visit for South Florida? I did. Okay, well, I kind of did. So, 1 second, let me think. Chana, I think, I'm just pulling up my calendar for 1 second. Hang on. I think I'm going to be in Miami and in Jacksonville, Florida. So, both South and North, right, Florida. Hold on 1 second. And I believe it's going to be the week of September 11th. Oh, what bad timing. I'm not really traveling on September 11th. I'll be there like on the Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. So the 14th, 15th, or 16th, it seems like one of those days I'm going to be in Miami, and one of those days I'm going to be in Jacksonville. So really cool, Chana. Are you ready? Are you listening? We are going to start. I get a lot of people email me all the time. They're coming to Israel. Can we meet? And we thought, let's do these live meetups. So once a month, wherever I am in the world. So whether I'm in Florida, or whether I'm in Chicago, whether I'm in Cleveland, or whether I'm in Israel, I'm just going to tell everyone, we'll publicize a date that I'm going to be at the local coffee shop for an hour. And whoever wants to come, meet me and hang out with me and talk to me, I will buy you a cup of coffee. Because I love to just talk and to get feedback and see what you guys like and hug you in person. So just hang out. So I will buy you a cup of coffee If you come hang out with me at the coffee shop, we'll give you details about this month's meetup, and we'll try to do one Chana in South Florida because it's super cool to do one for everyone down there. Are you in Miami? Are you Boca? Where are you? Talk to me. Oh, did you know also, Chana, I lived in Aventura for a few years, so North Miami Beach. So that's cool, at the point by the waterways, if you know that area. Okay, Aviva, how you doing? If not for my first quick and kosher cookbook, you wouldn't be the chef of the house. First of all, that is awesome. Second of all, me too. I wrote that book out of necessity. It's still my Bible. I still cook from it the most. And just recently, we just did a search online to see what are the 10 most popular recipes that we have online. And the most popular are the most Hamish, classic, traditional, from challah to brisket to potato kugel to duck sauce chicken, herb roasted red bliss potatoes, and a few other kugels. And the duck sauce chicken and the herb roasted red bliss potatoes and the potato kugel are from the first cookbook. And they're still the most views online. We have over 100,000 views on those videos and on those recipes. So like you and me, we're like in good company on that book. Total agreement. Hi Tzvi, how are you? Okay, Callum, I've never heard that name. That's such a cool name. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Maybe send me the pronunciation key. Let's see. You love my channel? Yay! You have a question. How long did it take me to adjust to Israel? You and your partner hope to make Aliyah in a few years' time. You love my channel, my recipes. Thank you so much. How long did it take me to adjust to Israel? On one hand, it took no time. It was absolutely like coming home, like riding a bike. And even if you've never lived here and have never been here, it's that familiar feeling like your soul has been here before. So you really, really, like, it's just like coming home. But in terms of like really, truly adjusting, even now, we're about 4 years into our Aliyah anniversary is on August 13th. So just around the corner, and it will be 4 years. And there's still things that we're getting adjusted to, like, I know someone told me last week that you can get pomegranate molasses, I think in the shuk, but locally around here by me, I can't get pomegranate molasses. So just from the perspective of being in the kitchen, I had to sit and simmer the pomegranate juice with the lemon juice and a little bit of sugar till it became syrupy for like over an hour. So that's like a little tiny kitchen thing, but it's just like extra steps sometimes you have to take where things are so much more readily available there. But I don't take anything for granted here. Not my cooking, not the, like now I wanted an orange. There's like not an orange to be had in the country. You know, based on the season and the infestation. So just things like that, but that's weird stuff in the kitchen. There's other stuff, just getting used to maybe a little bit the culture and the customer service and a little bit of the kupa, I'm like losing my English again. The insurance companies, everything here is just like a little different in how you have to work out things, and you have to be a little kind of tougher and fight for yourself. And if fighting doesn't work, and like, you know, 'cause you'll always cry. That's usually what I do, because I find it hard to be like a bit aggressive. I can try, and sometimes I'm good at it, but otherwise I just break down and cry, and then usually I'm able to get some kind of service that I need. So just be ready to roll out the tears or get your fists up. Okay, Clara, hi. Oh my gosh, your mother just called you about the garlic sauce. Yes. So I was talking about that. Someone wrote an article about this Romanian garlic sauce. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but I remember my father always making it with chopped garlic. I remember some herbs in there, olive oil, maybe not herbs, chopped garlic, olive oil, salt, and sweet Hungarian paprika on steaks, on mitite, on chicken, on everything. Everything. Totally. Okay, and you said you cried actual tears when I was leaving my kitchen. I know I did also. But I'm really excited for my new kitchen in Israel. There's no other place I'd rather be. And even if for the rest of my life, say it, God should hear me, if I have to live in the kitchen of this rental apartment, it's been so good to us. We've hosted so many family simchas here, happy occasions, a birth of a new child. We're going to have our first bas mitzvah, a bat mitzvah coming up next year, right after Purim, before Pesach. And it's just been great to us. We've hosted so much family here, Hanukkah parties. We've had barbecues for 50 and Rosh Hashanah for 35. And even this kitchen here in this rental is amazing. Okay, S.A., how you doing? You need a super easy cupcake recipe, please. Okay, so just pull out the Duncan Hines. But seriously, even I, Lean, I love to do sort of doctored up Duncan Hines every once in a while. It's not that much harder and that many more steps or ingredients to actually make a cupcake recipe from scratch. So if you go on, I'll give you one. If you go onto joyofkosher.com, look for my 1 bowl amazing chocolate cake and just make that and cupcakes. Everything's in 1 bowl. We love that, the least amount of dishes, and it's got a secret ingredient. Let's see if you look it up and find it. And it's crazy. And you're going to think, what? I'm putting that in my cake? But everyone, it's like, that's one of those classic cakes that everyone has made. Everyone stops me on the street. They're like, I can't believe you put that in your cake, but it's so moist and it's so great. And they make really awesome cupcakes. So go look it up. 1 bowl amazing chocolate cake. Okay, Yuzi wrote Refuah Shalema to cousin John's wife. I hope cousin John is watching now. And yeah, bracha, major refuah shlema. Everyone on Facebook. Bracha's it doesn't even have WhatsApp. She doesn't she does. I don't know if she does text. Maybe she does. But she's very not on Facebook or anything. So it'll be really cool to let her know that everyone on Facebook is wishing her refuah shlema, led by Yudi. That's really awesome, Yudi. Hello, Omar. How are you? You don't have a question, but you wanted to say last year you wanted to attempt a challah loaf and found my video on YouTube, and you called a friend of yours in Jerusalem. Hang on, I gotta read more. Whoa, this is such a long, okay, so you wanted to attempt the challah loaf. You found my video on YouTube. You called a friend of yours in Jerusalem who recited the bracha on your behalf, and now you've got the Hebrew down. It turned out somewhat all right. You failed to braid, but the taste was full of love. Anyway, I've used the same video a few times and sent you the finished product a couple of times to celebrate the outcome. Oh, this is so amazing. You're a Palestinian living in the UK, and you've used several of my recipes to cater for members from the Jewish community. This is the most incredible comment ever. Omar, incredible. I'm so impressed. It's so wonderful to hear from you. Thank you so much for taking the time to write this. So when it comes to the braiding of the challah, one thing that I do, because braiding, it takes a long time to get that technique down. And you know what it's like if you're cooking for people on a regular basis, making dough from scratch. So much goes into making that dough just perfect when it comes to being able to shape it and to braid it. So it's the humidity. It's how fresh the flour is. There's so many other things. So I think, obviously, I love, praying when I'm kneading the dough, for, like I said, for everything, for my daughters, for world peace, and beyond. And that love, that's the flavor. And when it comes to shaping it, it's going to take a long time to get that down. So what I do, even, because, sometimes I don't feel like rolling out the strands and then braiding it, that takes a lot of time. I make the pull apart challah. So we actually have, I'm looking at my computer because I'm thinking soon we're going in 2 or 3 weeks, so look out for it on our YouTube channel. We'll put it here on Facebook also, how to make a pull apart challah. It looks like it's kind of like a breakaway, or how you would make dinner rolls, but you make it in a 9-inch round. You do 6 or 7 or 8, depending if you're doing a 6, 7 or 8 or 9-inch round tin. Circular balls, like dinner roll style, all around the edge, all around the rim, with one in the middle, so it looks like a beautiful blooming flower. And it's so easy to get that technique down. It's almost no technique to make these perfect smooth balls, and it rises like a beautiful, like I said, like a blooming flower, and it looks professional and elegant, whereas it's really hard, like we were talking about with the braids, to get that just right, and always gorgeous. And I'm gonna release a video for you, Omar. I can't give you a shout out because I already shot the video, but I'm giving you a shout out now. This video is for you. Look it up. Professional, amazing, and especially wonderful for the Rosh Hashanah holiday, which is the Jewish New Year, when we're always eating round. That's when we make round challahs. So I hope that you'll enjoy it. Yay. Okay. And by the way, do you know Sammy and Yotam? The best, because they wrote the book Jerusalem and they live in the UK, and I don't know, maybe you know them, but if you do, tell them they're amazing and I say hey. Okay. So Suzanne wrote, you're very hard. You left a huge kitchen in London. Now you have a tiny kitchen in Telmond. The Kablan kitchen in your rental is also tiny, and you're using a table as a milchik worktop. Yeah, I have a little slice of a milchik dairy counter, but no oven. So when I'm doing certain recipe testing, I just knock on my neighbor's door and I use her oven. Thank God she's a saint. But I can't wait to get back to having a little bit more. But, it's it's not about the space. It's not about the greatest appliances. It's really about your attitude and how happy you are when you're cooking. And sometimes when I'm stressed out, I'm cooking for Shabbos and I think about work, I think about everything that I have going on, I'm like, oh, my food is going to come out tasting bad if I don't put the love into it. I can't be banging the pots and I can't be clopping all around the kitchen. So have that really great attitude, and it really doesn't matter what the space is. One of my favorite cookbook authors and bloggers and recipe developers is Smitten Kitchen, Deb Perlman. And she cooks out of a teeny tiny Manhattan kitchen, and she's whipped up like New York Times bestsellers out of that kitchen. So I think of her for inspiration when I'm like, if she can do that, I can do that too. So now I'm just waiting for the New York Times bestseller. Okay, UD said come to Cleveland, at least get on Kathy Lee and Hoda. Okay, so it's been like a year since I've been on Kathy Lee and Hoda, so maybe we could start some kind of crazy movement where we get me back on Kathy Lee and Hoda for Rosh Hashanah. That would be really awesome. I've been to Cleveland before. I've been to a suburb of Cleveland. I'm trying to remember. Hold on, if I'm going to look it up, let me tell you. Did I ever tell you the crazy story? Let me try to think of the organization. Oh, I'm blanking on the name. I'm blanking on the name of the organization. It's really bothering me. Maybe it will come to me. Jewish Family Experience, I think. Hold on, Jewish Family Experience. Let's see if that's the name of it. Oh, my computer is so slow. I think it's Jewish Family Experience. Okay, so I'm in Cleveland as this comes up, and I'm cooking Rosh Hashanah. This is Rosh Hashanah maybe 8 years ago, six or 7 years ago. It is like 95 degrees and 1,000% humidity. And we're cooking a Rosh Hashanah meal for women, probably like 150 women, full course, everything from my first cookbook. I had a team of volunteers from the organization who were there since I got off the plane, just working with me, cooking all day. We had chicken and we had kugels and we had salads and we had side dishes and we had dessert. And my internet's down. Okay, so, and about a half an hour, like an hour before everyone was supposed to arrive, and before we were going to put in some of just like the fresh things so that the chicken would be freshly cooked, and the apple pies would be fresh for dessert, the power goes out. The power goes out. So we are talking no lights, no ability to cook, no air conditioning, 95 degrees and 1,000% humidity, 150 women to about 200 women about to show up in an hour. We were going crazy. I did the whole event by candlelight. All these amazing women, I think it's called the Jewish Family Experience, who were volunteers, took the food and went to like a neighbor down the block who had a generator and cooked everything there and then brought it back and drove it back. Flashlights, candlelight, everything worked out amazing. It's one of my most amazing events. We said a crazy amount of Tehillim. Me and Ruchi Kovel, she is the head of that organization. We said a crazy amount of Tehillim just to get us through it because we were so freaking out. And I think the only person that was uncomfortable was me because everyone else was dressed for the weather, and I had like on this like massive wig and long sleeves, and I was like sweating my brains out, but lucky no one could see my schwitz stains because there was no light. So that's my story. But I'm happy to come back because it really was only good memories. Okay, Aviva wants to know about paleo ideas for the 9 days. Paleo. Okay, I can't say that we've done a paleo article for the 9 days, but we've got so many amazing things on joyofkosher.com. So I'm just going to read through them for you. We've got 16 vegetarian dinner recipes that everyone will love. We have 20 casseroles to make for dinner that will make your life simpler for the 9 days. Lots of different salmon recipes and all these wonderful fish recipes. We have 12 meatless grilling recipes, although paleo, I know that you can have meat on that. We've got low-carb vegetarian recipes that will fill you up. Obviously, you're not eating the meats on the 9 days, of course, so these are all the great ideas. No meat casseroles. Ideas for instead of potatoes, use X, Y, or Z. So I can't per se, that we've tagged everything paleo, but that's something of interest. We can work on it. But head over to joyofkosher.com. If you just scroll down the homepage, you're going to find at least 3 or 4 articles that speak to you, and each one of them probably has about 10 to 15 recipes. So it should get your juices flowing. We're talking about different ideas that we have are portobello mushroom tacos, lots of amazing frittatas with like feta and thyme and sun-dried tomatoes, or caramelized red onions and mushrooms, or sweet potatoes and kale. So really fun things there. A lot of great soups, like great soups with crusty bread on the side, amazing toasties, amazing sandwiches. One thing about Israel, anyone who's traveled here knows that like toasties and sandwiches are a big thing. Like you go to the way we have like salad bars in the States, so here you go and you take everything from the salad bar and you slap it between two pieces of bread and you smush it on the sandwich maker. And I'm talking about like corn and sprouts and peppers and cream cheese and then cheese and then sauce and then onions and then lettuce, like pickles. Everything goes in that toasty and that sandwich and smushed down in that sandwich maker, and it's so heavenly to die for. So that's really fun stuff that you can do in the 9 days. You'll have more ideas. Chana, I'm so excited. We need to determine where this meetup is going to be, but I cannot wait to meet you. I cannot wait. Samara Geller is my amazing cousin. My son, Shaul David Geller, is named after Samara's father, David Geller. He should rest in peace. We miss him so very much. We adore the White Plains Gellers. It's Lonnie, it's Samara, it's Jamie Geller. She's the original Jamie Geller. And she actually has the Jamie Geller Facebook page, so that's why I had to be Jamie Geller 1. But she did give me the Jamie Geller Twitter account. She's like a millennial and super cool and had all these accounts before I even looked for them years ago. So that's the original Jamie Geller. And of course, Rachel Stein Geller, my amazing aunt, my Aunt Rachie. And we're about to have the birthday. My son's birthday's in 3 days, and just reminds me of when we named him and had David in mind. And we love you, Mawa. We call Samara Mawa because one of my younger kids, I think they still have issues with their R's, like two of my boys, and they couldn't say Samara, and they just called her Mawa. So Mawa, we love you. Mwah. Mawa. Mwah. Okay. So Suzanne, you want to have a cup of coffee in Israel? Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna try not just to do it in Ramat Beit Shemesh. I'll try to do Yerushalayim, Ramat Beit Shemesh, Tel Aviv, wherever I get around to. We'll just get around and have coffee together. Okay, you're in Boynton Beach. So how far, Chana, is Boynton Beach from Miami? Okay, Karen, Tova, Natanya wants to know. This is a kind of a long shot, and you're sure you're always asked this, but do you ever host for Shabbos? Yeah, so we are always asked. I feel like my number is written on like the seminary bathroom walls because we get like 10 calls a week sometimes. It's crazy, and no one believed me. And then one time, Tamar, she's the executive editor of joyofkosher.com. You've seen her in all my videos. She co-wrote the book and developed all the recipes for the 28-day Joy of Kosher challenge, and she's our resident nutritionist, our amazing digital editor. And so she's like, did not believe me when we get emails and phone calls, and she was sitting with me one, like, I don't know if it was Tuesday or Wednesday, and literally I was sitting there because like all the Sems have an off Shabbos at the same time, and literally she sat there while I got like phone call after phone call after phone call, and she could not believe it. So we do host, but the issue is we have an amazing amount of family in Israel, and that's why it's not quite fair that we made Aliyah here, because more people greeted us at the airport when we landed here than said bye to us when we left in New York. So that's one of the reasons we also moved, because it's not just that it's our home, but our family is here. And so we often have a ton of family, and so that makes it a little bit hard to host other people. And so right now we're like totally booked up past Rosh Hashanah, like past the Yom Tovim right now. So I guess keep in touch and we can definitely see, but it's hard. We have people this Shabbos, then next Shabbos we're away, then the following Shabbos we're away, and then we have people, and then I'm away for 2 Shabbosim, and then it's Yom Tovim, and we go back and forth with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. So that's kind of the schedule for right now. Okay, Suzanne has a great recipe to share with me. Chicken stuffed with liver pate with a port fruit sauce. What, Suzanne? What? You better share that ASAP, like A to the S to the A to the P. ASAP. Chicken stuffed with liver pate with a port fruit sauce. Well, not so ASAP, because it will be like about 9 days before we can eat it again. We could make it for next Shabbos. So share it with the world, please. Okay, Rachel. Hi there. Okay, you love the channel? Hi, Rachel. Okay, I'm so excited. I can't take it. Okay, you're a new kosher blogger. You wanted to know what advice I have for someone like you who's trying to break into the kosher blogging cooking world. Thanks so much. Okay, so first of all, Rachel, amazing to meet you. Welcome to the world of kosher food and blogging. Step one is contact us at info@joyofkosher.com. We'd love to feature you. So if you got great recipes, great ideas, ideas for articles, we can get you out there because we have over 20 million impressions a month. So that's a great way to start, is to get out there. What I did also when I first started is I just wrote for a ton of magazines, newspapers, local, national, syndicated, for free. So of course I started in the Jewish world by writing for the Jewish Press, for the Five Towns Jewish Times, for the Jewish Week, for I don't know who else I'm forgetting about now. I wrote for Huffington Post, and just get your name and stuff out there, and then people will stop you on the street that they read this, they read that. So as much as you can do, obviously on social, video. If you could do videos, it will be so amazing, and we would be thrilled to feature you and feature your stuff. So please email us at info@joyofkosher.com. Getting a lot of hatzlacha and bracha and mazel, and we can't wait to cook with you and to share your special, unique love of cooking with our community, because we do have the happiest, best cooking community online. Yes, that's fact. Got it? Okay. Sorry not to be so, but okay. So Clara's saying no paprika, just salt, garlic, oil, and water. Okay, is it wrong? I think I remember my father putting in paprika, and I didn't remember water. But okay, all right, I got it, Clara. Got it. Okay, Kimberly. Okay, you love the show and the recipes. Oh, I keep getting pop-ups. WhatsApp. Stop WhatsApping me, Tom. Nechama, if you're watching this, tell Tom to stop WhatsApping now during Facebook Live, because it's distracting. Okay, no, it's totally cool. Okay, Kimberly, so you love the show and recipes. You're in Israel, and Israel's the best coffee. People talk about that. The best hummus in the world. Hands down, nothing to discuss. Nothing to discuss. And you ate and drank morning, noon, and night. Yeah, it's a little hard not to do that because the food here is so amazing and so fresh, and the hummus is incredible, and Trina and Amba can just squeeze all over all my food, and we just love food, and we love eating. There are a lot of amazing places to eat here, and the street food is amazing, and yeah, it's easy to eat morning, noon, and night here. That's for sure. Kate's Vebs, you enjoyed the right cabbage recipe from last week? I'm so happy. So glad it worked out. I'm so glad you enjoyed the recipes. Let us know what other ideas you need, and she'll share them with you. Okay, you saw the Joy of Kosher Cookbook in Ir David. I'm so happy they still have copies. I hope you bought it, because we didn't leave them so many copies, and it was a while ago, so we definitely hope that people will be buying them. But it feels really special. I did an amazing episode of Joy of Israel at Ir David with Tom Franz, the winner of Israeli MasterChef. He's a German-born Christian who converted to Judaism, came to Eretz Yisrael, is living in Israel, with an amazing wife, and has an amazing life. And he's just such an incredible story, and his story captured all of Israel and really all people around the world. And he has such an incredible palette and perspective on food and cooking. And so we did a Shivat Haminim, the 7 species that are indigenous to the land of Israel, and really the 7 superfoods of the Bible. And we did a cooking demonstration in the heart of Jerusalem, in the courtyard of Ir David, underneath the pomegranate trees, and that's when we gave them our cookbook. So that was a really special day in front of a live audience. So Eddie, you're welcome from Zichron Yaakov. Hi. And you're welcome, and good Shabbos, and Shabbat Shalom, and all that good stuff. Okay, Omar, I made your whole week. Okay, so look out for the video. I'm great that I brought up Rosh Hashanah. This is the time of year that you come to Israel. There are cheaper flights. Really, I feel like the flights are just never cheap. Actually, Omar, my daughter's bat mitzvah is right after Purim in March 14th, coming up. My mother-in-law just found a flight for $850. But I thought in the summer, toward the end of the summer, there's a lot of tourism and Rosh Hashanah. I didn't realize it's cheaper, but I'm so happy for you. The same friend who recited your Challah bracha brings you to his congregation and then has you around to enjoy the lunch with his family. What nice friends. What an amazing, amazing story you have. I'd love to know more about how you became friends with one another, and it's like an amazing display of love and joy and peace, and I just love it. I love that this is what you're sharing with us here on Facebook. It's awesome. It's really special. It's really special. I'd love to know more. Tova, Tova. Is it gonna take you 5, months to answer my emails now again? How you doing? You're making the marinated mushroom salad recipe. It's like garlicky and vinegar, and you don't know what else to do. Do I know what you're talking about? No. Tova, we have 7,000 recipes. You got to be a little bit more specific, and you know that not all of them are mine. Now we have everyone contributing from all over the world, from the best chefs to the best bloggers, to the best writers that are out there. We'll give shout outs to Chef Chaya, shout out to Shushi Cooking and Heels, shout out to Melinda from Kitchen Tested, shout out to Khani from Busy in Brooklyn, shout out to I hope I'm forgetting one, Chef Laura Frankel, shout out to Jeff Nathan, shout out to Chef Isaac, shout out to I'm forgetting Naomi Nachman, my girl, Aussie Gourmet. Shout out to Naomi Ross, and like on and on. These are like all the people that are sharing their recipes with us. So I'm not quite sure which recipe you're talking about. But those are all the amazing talent. Shout out to Chef Eitan Bernath, just because he's cool and awesome and like a rising star, and Susie Fishbein and everyone else that we love. And shout out to Lavana, who writes for us. And if I forgot you, please, it's like I'm making a speech for the Academy Awards, and when the person gets off and realizes they didn't like thank their husband or their parents. So I'm not intentional if I'm not shouting you out, because you're all amazing and you make kosher food fun and cool and interesting and creative and exciting, and you inspire all of our My Cooking and Shifra, the editor-in-chief of our magazine, and Tamar, the executive editor of the website. You inspire us and make us better. So I love that we're all in it together. Okay. Hamutal Shitrit, how are you? Good to see you. It's been a while. Well, I'm on live every day, Q&A Thursday, not every day. Every Thursday, Q&A Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. in Israel. So just come out. Brindy! Hi, Brindy! Your grandmother now? It's crazy that Brindy's a grandmother. I met her when her baby was a baby, and now her babies are getting married. And Brindy, I had my first Pesach that I kept as an observant Jewish woman at Brindy Sporns in Far Rockaway. So shout out to Brindy and to Far Rockaway. And just tons of love, Brindy. Tons of love. Okay, Jerry, you would love to have a new side dish recipe for Rosh Hashanah. Well, Jerry, thank you. Thanks, Jerry. Okay, you want a new side dish recipe for Rosh Hashanah? So I've got 16 new Rosh Hashanah recipes. I did a whole simanim menu. I did 8 recipes for the magazine and 8 recipes for the website. So one of them, I'll tell you what I just did now. I tested it now for Shabbos. I did carrots with kale ribbons. So simple, a few ingredients, but out of control. It took all of my willpower not to eat that right now. So basically, boil the carrots, but just tender, crisp tender. I'll cut them in about on the diagonal, 1/4 inch wide. I boiled them up, and then I tossed them a minute with garlic, kale. I took out the woody stem in the middle, and I sliced the kale into ribbons, just till the kale is wilted. Garlic, kale, salt, pepper. You could do fresh tarragon or fresh parsley. To die for. I've also got a couscous recipe. You could do couscous, you could do quinoa. It's got lemon zest. It's got little bits of small pieces of date in there. So that's really good. Every recipe I do has something, some of the simanim. I've got a really cool apple, sausage, and spinach salad with a honey blossom vinaigrette. So that's it's a salad, but it's like a side salad that has some substance to it because it has the sausage in there. So that's really amazing. I'm trying to think of my other recipes, but I could just pull them up right now. So I'll tell you, this is what it looks like when I'm testing recipes. So, okay, so the spinach, the apple sausage and spinach salad I told you about, the tarragon tossed carrots with kale ribbons I told you about. All the recipes will be online. Butternut squash rusty. So I have a rusty recipe video right now. It's like a giant potato latke. And so for Rosh Hashanah, I'm going to do butternut squash, carrot, and apple and make it into a giant potato latke. That's just going to be divine. You're going to wedge it and you're going to serve it and you're going to love it. Okay? Bacon wrapped dates. Now by bacon, of course, I mean kosher bacon. Of course, bacon is out there. Jack Sausages does an amazing bacon. And so by that, or you could do a duck bacon come from Pele. But bacon wrapped dates is one of those classic dishes that the whole world has been enjoying, and now kosher cooks can enjoy it too. Let's see what else I have. I've got an amazing Israeli carrot salad, which is kind of like a carrot slaw. Side dishes. A smashed beets side dish. Yummy, yummy in the tummy. And a spinach kugel cupcakes. So I got a lot of great ideas, and those are just the sides that I shared with you. So be on the lookout. Probably starting in September, we'll be putting up the recipes on the website. This is just Simanim recipes, and also in the magazine. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so many. I'm trying to answer everyone. No, Tova, you did not miss another email. I was just teasing you. Totally teasing you. It looks like for right now, we're all set, Tova, but we'll definitely be in touch because Tamar's going to be back in town. She was out of town, and now she's going to be back in town, so I think we'll be okay. But it's just so good to know you're so close and will so work with us. Basically, Tova, I'll just tell you guys the story with Tova. She lives just a hop, skip, and a jump on the hill across from my hill, on the mountain across from my mountain. And it's like 3 minutes away. And we want to do a lot of fun Facebook Live stuff. I want to go shopping, and I want to do some cooking in my kitchen, and needed someone to help hold the camera and read your questions while I'm actually like cooking or shopping for props or whatever, because now I can read them myself because I'm looking here. So we asked Tova to help, and she said she would help us. So yay. Okay, so we'll be in touch, Tova. Okay, so Dina wants to know, is this the new Frida? When will I wear it for you? Okay, Dina, I have to. Something is a little bit up with the bangs on the new Frida. So Frida colored this wig. This wig used to be black, okay? And then when I came to Israel, it's the most amazing color. And the new Frida, I gotta just fix something with the bangs. They're not laying right. So I gotta wear it a few times to get it kind of dirty off camera, and then I'll wear it for you on camera. So hopefully next week. Okay, Nadavia. Okay, so Nadavia wants me to tell you how amazing her husband is. And he is amazing. So it's super important to keep your knives sharp. Now, why? Sharp knives, first of all, cut your kitchen time, your prep in half. Sharp knives are actually safer than a dull knife, and super essential for your cooking, for your prep, and for your safety in the kitchen and your efficiency. So what do you do when you need a sharp knife? You go to who else? The knife doctor. So the knife doctor is Nadavia's husband. He also lives in Ramat Beit Shemesh Gimel, that place that I was telling you that Tova lives, like the mountain across from my mountain. We're in Aleph and they're in Gimel. But I have my friend Chef Zisi, who is amazing. Some of you might know her too. I've done videos with her. We did a pizza video, and we did a pizza dough video, and an amazing sort of smoked eggplant, red hot chili pepper, and brie pizza, which sounds really interesting, but it was possibly the most psychotically amazing pizza I ever had. So that's Chef Zisi. So she's really a chef. So I said to her, like, Zisi, where? I'm like sharpening my knives, and she said, I go to the knife doctor. So Zisi comes from Modi'in to the knife doctor who lives across the street from me. So I needed Zisi from America to Modi'in to come to Ramat Beit Shemesh to tell me that the knife doctor is across the street. So check out the knife doctor on Facebook, guys, and go to him if you're in Israel. He will make your knives better again. My knives are sometimes a little sick, and I have to take them to him, and he really fixes them up and makes them better. And actually, they're all freshly sharpened now, and I'm having so much fun cooking in the kitchen when they are, and when I get them back from him. Okay, let's see, Jerry. Carrots and kale ribbons, it's psycho. It's psycho great. It's so amazing because it's just so few ingredients, but it's like I had to stop myself from like licking the pan. Well, no, I licked the pan, but not stop myself from eating all of the food before Shabbos. Okay, so let's see here. I'm like so questions behind. Okay, Dina loves golden beets, Julian kale, and feta. So good and so amazing. And that would be really, really amazing for the 9 days. Like, really amazing. So Debs is asking any tips for cooking quinoa perfectly. We cook quinoa on the regular. I think it's like the 5th week in a row now that we're making the Asian vegetable quinoa. The recipe is on the website. You want to just keep an eye on it, and you want to make sure that you're not putting too much water in, that you're following the ratios exactly, and just watch till the quinoas pop off the flame and out of the pan right away, because you want to stop the cooking and you don't want it to get too mushy. So those are my tips. Okay, a bulgar recipe. Hey Shira, love to Jerusalem. I was just in Jerusalem, Yerushalayim it was yesterday that I was at the consulate. I can't remember. Yeah, it was yesterday. And I did some shopping in Ramila, and we didn't go to Yerushalayim without going to the Kotel. So you are asking for bulgur recipe. So yes, I have a really great salad. It's called my Shivat Haminim salad, the 7 species salad on the website. And it has in there pomegranates and grapes and dates and bulgur and some fresh herbs. And it's with olive oil and a little red wine vinegar. So go check that out. But I really, really do love that recipe. We've also got an amazing, in the 28-day Joy of Kosher Challenge, an amazing, I spoke about this I think last week or 2 weeks ago, stuffed pepper recipe. And it's got bulgur and it's got chickpeas and it's got sauteed onions and garlic and lots of fun spices like cinnamon and cumin and a little bit of turmeric and a little bit of chili spice in there. And it's amazing. And you serve that stuffed in peppers and drizzled with tahina and you are good to go. So check that out. Okay, Sonia. Okay, you love watching me, hearing you while working. I fell in love with you when I was in Toronto at the Bayit Mikvah event. It was that event in Toronto, the Bayit Shul and the fundraiser, over 500 people. I remember it being one of the most amazing events I've ever been to. It was such a special place in my heart. So just like love and hugs to everyone from the Bayit and Thornhill. Please, Sonia, send my love and regards. Keep up the awesomeness. You wish we were neighbors. You can always come to Israel. Come to Israel. We can be neighbors. We're waiting for you, Sonia. So love to everyone there. Please, I stayed at Natalie's house, and she was amazing. It was so amazing. I remember when they were going to put me up in home hospitality, and so they said, at the former chief rabbi of Israel, Rav Yisrael Meir Landau, had stayed in that house. I'm like, okay, I'll take one room. Thank you. It was really amazing. It was such amazing hospitality, and I just totally loved it. Okay, Ari and Ita, how you doing? You're wondering if I have no pot ideas for suppers for busy moms to make when all the kids are home for chofesh. No pot, meaning a pan's okay? Like, what are we talking about here? I need a little bit more details, but I can tell you we're really into, if you're talking about literally like you don't want to dirty a pot, we live off of our sandwich maker and we make so many interesting, fun, different things. We do egg omelet sandwiches with tons of toppings. We do toasties with tons of toppings, pizza toasties in there with sauce and cheese and just like tons and tons of toppings. And the toppings are like everything we were speaking about before, from corn niblets to pickles to avocados to sliced egg to lettuce to peppers to sauteed onions, whatever anyone likes. It's kind of like a salad bar, but like you put it in your between two slices of bread and some level of a protein. So whether it's hummus or whether it's cheese or whether it's cream cheese, we put that in there. So if that qualifies, hopefully. Okay, Omar, you're more than happy to tell me everything. Okay, so Omar, so I'm gonna read your comment after. I love your comments. So I'm going to read all the details after. I so appreciate you taking the time to just come online, come stay with us every week. It's such a wonderful opportunity for all of us to be together. And I'm going to read more about your story soon. Okay, great. Because I'm like so behind on the comments here. Okay, Samantha wants to know how I managed to juggle all the responsibilities. How do I take care of my incredible, successful business? Thank you. And be an involved mother and keep the romance alive. You're asking the hard questions, Samantha. I feel a lot of guilt all the time just being a working mother. It's not easy at all. I try really hard. I think I told you guys like last week or 2 weeks ago that I try to institute a special bedtime where I spend time with each kid doing special reading or learning or just one-on-one special time. And tonight I had to break that because I was cooking like crazy for Shabbos and we're having guests and I didn't want to be late for Facebook Live and I missed the bedtime with the kids and that just makes me feel terrible. One of my daughters said to me, is this like helping your business? And I was like, no, it is good for the business. That's why I'm doing it. Like I don't want her to think I'm just like running up here to talk to myself for no reason. But it's so hard to be a working mom. It's so hard. Nachum and I try to do date night as much as we possibly can. We've got all the neighborhood girls on speed dial, and we've got like 3 to 4 go-to girls, the next door neighbors, the neighbors across the Chanaya here, it's like the little parking lot courtyard, and we really try to go on date night as much as possible. We do spend a lot of time together, and that really does help. But I could use improvement in all of the areas. even when the kids talk to you, I think you'll find that sometimes just like you're busy and you're thinking about so many things and they're talking to you and like you hear them but you don't hear them and you're zoning out. And I'm trying really hard. This is like maybe the number one tip I can give. So my husband always tries to help me with the guilt that I feel, and he's always talking about it's not quantity, it's quality. And so to really be present when I'm present. So what that means is leaving my phone upstairs so that I can't check my emails and I can't see the WhatsApps and I can't see the texts. And then when I'm down there for bedtime and for dinner time and for bath time and for special time, that phone is not an extension of my body. So that's a really, really important thing that I'm trying really hard to work on. So to be present when I'm present, to make the time that we do have together, because even all of us, like, we'll never feel there's enough time to make it as quality as possible, to do date nights as much as I can with my hubby, and you know, we love restaurants, we love to eat out, that's our date night, so we really enjoy that together, and then to work, like, to be really, what's the word I'm looking for, regimented with work, and really dedicated to that when I'm there, and to making the most of that time. So wherever I am, just to be as present as I can. Okay, Debs, you have a knife sharpener, you're awesome, but every once in a while you definitely want to hit the knife doctor, because it just like takes your knives, you know, just freshens them up a bit. Okay, sure, thanks, you're welcome. Anne said you were eyeing some fresh turmeric in the local market, wondered you should purchase it. Sure, totally, why not? What are you wondering about, Anne? Fresh turmeric, amazing. I'm also a big fan of fresh ginger, amazing. We actually have a whole article on the website. Go to joyofkosher.com and look up turmeric, search the turmeric articles, and you'll see a whole article about how to work with fresh turmeric, great recipes for fresh turmeric. It's so good for you and so many healing properties, and it's like one of those sort of like super spices. So get it, fresh is even better, and then check out that article on joyofkosher.com. Oh, Bloomshi. First of all, Bloomshi. I love that name. I love that your kids love watching all the YouTube videos. I love your name. Just awesome. Great. Jessica, can you be my sous chef? Totally. You could be my sous chef. You can be my everything. I hate to be in the kitchen alone. So I always make a point to cook with my husband, with the kids. They love cooking. They love helping. Often I'm a little bit stressed, or I'm testing a recipe and I need to be a little bit more exacting, or I'm in a rush and they can't help as much as they want, but we got to try to work on that. And I love cooking in the kitchen with people. So you can come, Jessica. Okay, Mandy, you love the recipes. You live in Ranana. And your Shabbat meals are for me. Yay. So we're making the same Shabbat meals. So that's awesome. I had an Uncle Morris who used to live in Ranana, and all his kids, and I was at Ranana once, and I know it's really nice and beautiful and super expensive, and I drove by, why am I blanking on his name, Naftali Bennett's house in Ranana, and I think I was actually at, isn't in Ranana, the ambassador, I think he lives there, the U.S. ambassador, is where I was at an amazing Paula Schroyer event at their home, and I think it was in Renana. It was really beautiful. Okay, Yoni wants to know, how can I work with us regarding healthy cooking for our readers? Yoni, info@joyofkosher.com. We would love to have you. And speaking about healthy cooking, and then I got to run because our hour is almost over. So Yoni, info@joyofkosher.com. We would love to have you write and share your tips, and we'd love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm celebrating, I told you my son's birthday is in 3 days, and I've lost 30 pounds since he's born. So if you really count since he's born, like from the second before I gave birth to him, it's over 50 pounds. But after the bris and after having the baby and all of that, I've lost 30 pounds so far. So I'm really into healthy eating. You know that we have our 28-day Joy of Kosher challenge, and that has helped me not be scared of carbs and be really creative with my healthy cooking so that I stay on track. And it's made a massive difference in my life. So we'd love to have your expertise and your advice on our site, Yoni. So please be in touch. Okay, so thank you, Yoni. Thank you so much. I still have like 25 pounds more to go, but it's a journey, and I feel really proud of where I am right now, because it's been, as you know, up and down and up and down and up and down, but overall to be almost at a year since I had my son and to feel that I've accomplished that, it feels really, really good. So whatever we can do to help people cook healthy and eat healthy, we're totally into that. Okay, last two questions. Bracha, you love watching the live, you feel like you're watching a cooking show? Okay, so new ideas for sweet potatoes. So I'm really into right now. I got a great recipe on the website for a sweet potato and kale frittata. So you can try that. I'm also super into like smashed sweet potatoes. So keep the skin on, and what you're actually going to do is you can either boil the sweet potatoes, keep the skin on, put them on a pan, and they're going to be hot. So like take like this, my tea mug is full. Take a mug and squash down on the sweet potatoes. So like the skin is spread, some of the insides start coming out a little bit. Olive oil, za'atar, salt. Roast them off in the oven. Devine with a capital D. So try that for your sweet potatoes. Okay, Tamara wants to know, you highly recommend Kazan Brasserie in Ra'anana. The food is sublime. Great for date nights. Okay, so Tamara, I love that you're recommending, and I really want to get there. My issue is it's a little far for a date night from Ramat Beit Shemesh. So we'll have to figure out like a date day. Every once in a while we do take a day together and do something special. And I don't know if my husband has not probably been to Ra'anana since he's like 18. And when he went to visit his uncle who used to live there. So I'm going to make a note, Kazan Brasserie, and maybe we'll take the day. Maybe you could tell me, Tamara, anything else that we could do in that area? Like what would be really fun for the two of us so that we could end the day with dinner there, but something either in that area or in Ra'anana or on the way that we can make a little bit of a day out of it. Because just to travel back and forth that far for dinner, I mean, I love food, but I'm almost too lazy, to do that. So, okay. So Tali wants to know my favorite restaurant in the Beit Shemesh area. Okay. So here's our two favorites right now. There's a new meat restaurant called Misubin that has opened up, and we enjoyed it. We went actually 2 nights in a row. We've been known to do such things. And then about 10 minutes from our Beit Shemesh in Srigim, Leon, I actually did a Joy of Israel. I think it was the second episode. I cooked with Kurdish women in Srigim, Leon. It's about 10 minutes from here, maybe less. Gorgeous drive. When we're driving, usually the sun is setting and it's like a bright orange. And we go to the Cafe Leon. The food is outstanding. It's dairy. So I would say for right now, we're kind of like at Misubin for meat. Though we really love also Meat Bar. Meat Bar is across the street from our house, and it's just like a falafel shawarma pargio place. But it is, I happen to think it's one of the best falafels and shawarmas in Israel. It's that good. So I hope Benaya knows that we're giving him a shout out because his place is amazing. So Meat Bar for sort of like a fast food, falafel shawarma. Misubin for like a little nicer sit down, like traditional Israeli kind of meat restaurant, and then Leon for the most amazing dairy. I also used to love a little further away Gavna in the Gush. I had a shakshuka there with a creamy white shakshuka with leeks and spinach that I have never ever been able to duplicate the like heaven that was happening in my mouth when I ate that, with the most amazing views. I think they closed down. If I'm wrong, someone tell me. But an incredible views, incredible outdoor eating, incredible food. But those are all the things that we like in the Ramat Beit Shemesh area. So check out Leon. Okay, last question. Okay, next time I'm in Jerusalem, stop by your husband's favorite restaurant in Givat Shaul. But which one's your husband's favorite restaurant for date night? Samantha, you're telling me to stop by at your favorite restaurant. I love Gabriel in Jerusalem. We eat at the Waldorf Astoria when we go to Jerusalem. Where else are we eating lately in Jerusalem? I like Luciana. It's in Mamila in Jerusalem. I love eating in Mamila because I love the views there. So even Rimon is great there. Trying to think where else we've gone, but we just did Gabriel we've done it a few times that I took someone there. It's amazing. Your husband is the head chef at Shamenet. Tell me all about it. You just opened on Kamfei Nesharim 2 months ago. Shamenet. I feel like anything that has the name cream, like here I come. Tell me the signature dish, or what should I order when I'm there? Oh, so you used to work at Gabriel and Luciana. Okay, so then I'm in. I'm totally in. What's your husband's name? We'll give him a shout out. The head chef at Shamenet, which just opened on Cafe Nasharm 2 months ago. And tell me, Samantha, what should I order? And this is the last comment because I really got to go. If some of my kids are still awake, I'll go kiss them. My older girls probably are. I like to do a little bit of learning with them. So quickly, Samantha, what should we order? And then we're going to go. Okay, guys? So this was amazing Q&A live. We've got a full hour of awesomeness with the happiest, joyous, most amazing cooking community in the world, online. Okay, so Samantha's telling me that her husband's name is Chef Ira Miretsky. He goes by Yisrael in Hebrew. Okay, and what are we ordering, Samantha? Tell us what to order. One signature dish if we have to order just one thing. Although I am known to order 3 entrees. Meaning like if me and my husband go out, we'll order 3 entrees. One for me, one for him, and one to share. Or we'll share all 3. Because I believe there should always be at least one more plate at the table than there are people. Because then you've really tried the menu. And by dessert, I hold that it could even be 2. So it could be that there are 2 of us and 4 desserts. Okay, so Samantha said everything is good, but she loves the desserts. Okay, so you just heard me say, I usually, if the 2 of us go out, I order 4 desserts, and my husband's forced to embarrassingly tell them it's my birthday, and that's why we're doing it, because he just says, it's like crazy who orders 4 desserts, unless it's your birthday. So every time we go out, it's my birthday. Okay, so Shabbat Shalom Chana, Shabbat Shalom Mandy, Shabbat Shalom Heidi. Heidi, remember you from last week? Remember I couldn't say bye to you, Heidi? Everyone have an amazing Shabbos. We're so looking forward to having the Gershons for Shabbos. They're our new friends. They made Aliyah a year ago, and we're excited for them and for Rabbi Gershon's mother and brother are in town, so they're coming. Check out joyofkosher.com for amazing 9 days recipes. So Shabbat Shalom to Anne. Hearts to everyone. Heartsies. How do you make a heart? I'm like a little bit having trouble with this. Is that a heart? Shout out to our new friend, Good Shabbos, Ilana. Shabbat Shalom, Dina. Shabbat Shalom to Omar, right? That's our new friend's name. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Omar, Shabbat Shalom to you. Shabbat Shalom to everyone, okay? I love you guys. Bye, Claddy. Thanks for watching. And to hugs and kiss the Shabbat Shalom Tali. And Shabbat Shalom to the Knife Doctor. And Shabbat Shalom to Howard. And you could just Shabbat Shalom forever. Like, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. So this is what me and my sister used to do. Shabbat Shalom, Ruthie. Good Shabbos. Me and my sister used to do Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom. It was like this little crazy, weird little dancing thing we did when we were little, and we loved it. So good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom. Love you all. Shabbat Shalom to Rachelea from Russia. Shabbat Shalom, Klai, XOXO. Shabbat Shalom to who else was on this? Samara Mawa. Good Shabbos to all the amazing gallers. I love you guys. Signing off now. Bye.